All right, welcome everybody. I am so excited this day here to introduce Thomas Ritter, who is a travel agent. He's also an author. He has written books on the secret of Indian palm leaf libraries, and he's going to share with us about, libraries of destiny, messages from the past for our future. And well, he has been doing this kind of work since 1995. I have seen him in various interviews, and I have seen him also share the information that he shares on a monthly basis with Rishi Agasthya, if I pronounce that correctly.
That's right.
Always fascinating. So I'm really thrilled to share Thomas' information here with you. Thomas, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Bettina, for this introduction. Thank you very much, and thank you for all our viewers to share this video with us, because without you, everything would not be happen. Yeah, because we can maybe talk to each other, but if we have no audience, if there's no people to share this, so it will be not very useful. But that's why I'm saying very thank you. So I'm from Germany, and Bettina, you're from the United States. So we are connected here via time zone with a difference of I think so some hours will be there in your time. It is around noon. Here it is going to the evening. It's for me always amazing to do this kind of interview all over the world and have a connection with people from other countries and from other cultures. So not only in my place, that means not only in Germany or in Austria and in Swiss, just to get also information from the other places. Yeah, and today we will talk about places in India, but they are not only there. It's all over the Southeast Asia. You find these places, but today we will talk about especially about these places in India. I tell it, I will name it like the libraries of destiny. In India, they call it in another way. They say it is a place of Nadi Yotida Nilayam. And that means, especially in the south, that means in Chennai, in Bangalore, and the more south way, that is a place of the Dravidian culture. The Dravidian culture is a special South Indian culture, and there you find these Nadi places. And these Nadi places means you go to a special place, you give your name, you give your date of birth, and you give maybe some any special details, and then they found out from ancient manuscripts your destiny and your life. That means they reading your past, your present, your future from these ancient manuscripts. The origins of these ancient manuscripts, they going back around 7,000 years, maybe more. And especially in this South Indian, this Dravidian culture, this kind of, like it is mentioned there, Nadi or Tidanelayam, or we may say it, the Libraries of Destinies, there are houses there since these ancient times. And the people there, these people in Tamil Nadu or in Karnataka or Maharashtra or Kerala or Karnataka, they living there in the south, they say this place in India is not their real home. They feeling until today, they feeling like refugees because they say they are really place where they belong. It was a continent, but is now below the surface of the Indian Ocean, and they called it Kumari Kanda. It was from the, we can say, west, from the island of Madagascar to the east to Australia. It was once this place what they call Kumarikandam. In the West, we know this place also, but under a different name. We call it Lemuria. But here in the West, we we talking about, and we have a lot of issues about if this is a real place or is this only an idea, if this is only a myth or a legend or like that. In India, the scientists, they are very sure there was a real continent, and even you can, in the geophysical way, you will find it out that there was a real continent, but it's now below the surface of the Indian Ocean. So in this continent, it was there in an age what the Hindus called the Bronze Age, because they thinking about, we can say, another way of calendar like we do. The Hindus, they think about these things, they call it yugas. That means some part of the development with some special possibilities for the development. In the present moment, the Hindus, they say we are living in the Kali Yuga. You can translate it as the Iron Age, or you can also translate this as the age of the liars and of the fightings. So that means an age where the mankind is also stricken with these material problems and with this material world, and I have no idea that is beyond this material world there's maybe a spiritual world. That is what the Hindus mean with a Kali Yuga. And before this Kali Yuga, there have been some other ages like this Brass Age, and from this age there is the idea, or this remembrance, the memories of this place, what they called Kumari Kandam, or what we call Lemuria. And in this Lemuria, there were some people, they lived there. That is, we can say, the sages or the seers, the people of the ancient wisdom. They call it the rishis. And the rishis, they have written a lot of things. That means they, until now in India, they see them as the bringer of the culture of the ancient India. So they've been like an architect. They developed the agriculture. They developed the people, how they're living together, how they organize the society and all these things. So everything is going back to these rishis. And they call it the Sapta rishis because in the original there were 7 of these rishis, but they are not only very knowledgeable persons, they are also very spiritual persons. And regarding to the spirituality, and there's a legend, it says that they had the possibility to read in a, we can say, in a continuum, or in a way, what they call it, the Akasha Chronicle, of what we may tell as the memories of the universe, like that. So this memory of the universe, you can understand if you imagine that everything what happened in this material world, not only on Earth, uh, in the whole universe, everything what was there in the past, it will be there in the present and will happen in the future. That is also written there or mentioned there in this, we can say, um, realm, and this realm, what they call it, the Akasha Chronicle, or the memories of the world. And everybody who is know to see a bit of the future. So we have some seers like Edgar Casey, like Michael de Notre Dame, Nostradamus, or the Seal of Rendsburg, just to mention a few here in the West. They all had their own way to get this information from these memories of the universe. And even a person doing hand reading, or reading from, we can say, a crystal ball or whatever. Yeah. So these people, they have always the own connection to this information source. But it is difficult for a person to have this kind of abilities to understand what they see in this realm. So they see maybe things like a film, like a movie, like a pictures, but it is difficult to bring them in this reality and to say, and this time, at this place, with these people, it will happen. So this is the very difficult one, what this kind of seers have to handle it. But the rishis, these seers of the ancient Indian wisdom, they had the ability to handle these things. So they have seen the, we can say, the lives of not 10,000s or 100,000s. They have seen the life of millions of people. Most of them will not born in their time. They will born from their time in a faraway future. So it means in our times. But they have seen what happened in this life of these people. And that what they have seen, they wrote it down. They wrote it down on, we can say, plates of stone, plates of precious metal, like gold, like silver, and later stages from this one inscription, what the rishis have done, there was some kind of copies what they made on the material what was used in India and in Southeast Asia until the end of the 19th century. If you want to write down some things that are really important, that was the leaves of the lontar tree. There's a special kind of palm tree, and you have to prepare these leaves in a special way. It takes between 8 or 10 months. Then all these kind of leaves are ready to be written about. So that was a very special process to prepare this kind of writing materials. If you may be interested in the culture of the ancient Egypt, you maybe heard about the papyri, and this prepare the papyri. Maybe it's a similar process to prepare this kind of ancient palmlets. So this is like, we can say it as like a kind of science to do this, but it takes always some time. And if this material was ready to write about, then they used not the kind of pencil or not the kind of pen. They used the kind of, we can say, sharp material to write this not on this manuscript, they write it in it, like you will do a sizzle in a stone like that, like a stonemason will do this. That they have done, you see it in this picture, like they have done it with these ancient palettes. In this second stage, they used a kind of liquid, what was like an ink. And if you put this ink on this palmlet, what was already inscripted, then this ink was going into this inscription and you have seen the writings. And in the third stage, they used a kind of, we can say, special oil like neem oil to protect this kind of palmlets from the impact of this tropical climate. That means this humidity and this heat, and even some insects may come and eat away this material. So that was protecting from this kind of harm. If you do this in the right way, and if you do put this kind of manuscripts in a cool and dry place and keep it safe and keep it clean, then you may have this kind of inscription for 600 until 800 years until it will be going away. So that is a material what is really good for giving knowledge about the long-term distance in a time. So that is what they used in these ancient times. We can say until the end of the 19th century, then the printing of books that will be very common also in India. And until now, we can say this ancient art of writing these palmets, it is a very rare science. It is still practicing until this day, not only in India, also in other parts of Southeast Asia, but it's very few people they know this how to do it in the present moment. Yeah, and that's why this kind of libraries out there, they're very precious, they're very rare. But this was the way to give this knowledge from generation to generation until to our times. And in India and other places in Southeast Asia, this ancient knowledge is still there. I got the first contact with this ancient knowledge in the age 1992, and this year 1992, by a German television series. It was called Unsolved Mysteries. And in this series, they talked about this kind of phenomena. And for 1993, the following year, I planned my first trip to Southeast Asia. I want to go to India, and I wanted to go to Sri Lanka. So I got this information, and for me, it was very clear. If I go there, you know, it was a time without internet. It was a time without any application. It was a time without any Google Maps or like that. So you have to do this by phone. You have to do this by mail. You have to do this by some other place. But it was not so easy. And I thought, if I do this trip, if I go there 8 or 10 weeks, then I definitely want to see one of these places, what they call the Nadi places, or Nadi Yotita Nilayam, or these libraries of destiny. And the guys from the TV show, they've been very kind to me. They give me some kind of addresses and say, maybe you try your luck there, maybe try. And in the August of 1993, I've been there in the city was this time called Madras. Today it is called Chennai. And I met this guy. His name is Sri Ramani. And he was in his 40s now. He's an aged man, but he doing still this kind of Nadi reading, this Nadi place, what he is introducing there, it is still existing. And his son is also aiding him and doing also some readings because father is getting aged. But he was the one who given the first Nadi reading, and that was very, very amazing. I just told him my name, my date of birth, and then he told to me I should use some kind of these shells, what you see down below in the picture. There are 9 of these shells, what I should throw on this mandala, what you also see in this small carpet there. And these shells, these 9 things, they symbolize these 9 planets of the Vedic astrology. This is what he told me. So I throw these shells also there, and he looked only for that shells what was open up with the place, so that we find these shells what was with the opening up. That was he was calculating. In my way, it was 5 of these shells they laying like that. So then he got this information. He got my name. He maybe concluded that I'm not an Englishman, that I'm not from America or Australia, that maybe from other place. He got my date of birth, and he got this number from these shells. That means 5 in my way. And then he go to this small place what you see on his right hand side, where some of these Nadi manuscripts are placing there. And I asked him, is this the whole Nadi place, a whole library, what do you get? He said, no. It's only that things what I need for today. Because in each and every manuscript, there are some of these nadis, that means some of these palmlets, and each palmlet is made for one person. And these palmlets there, they have a connection to the special day and to the special, we can say, time and date of birth of the person. They may come on this day because, like it was, I told before, the Hindus, they have some kind of circular calendar, like the Maya they had or the Hopi they have. So that means if you have a destiny that you will once go this kind of naughty places and get your information there about your life, you have some chances in your life, some different stages where you may go there. That's why it is calculated regarding to the calendar. So in this way, he find out one of these manuscripts, what he is holding in his hands, and then he opened this like a kind of book, and he looked through all these pages like we do it if you search in a book of some special chapter or like that. Yeah, and then after it not took any 5 minutes, it was very less, 2 to 3 minutes. Then he found the palmlet and told me it is yours. So, okay, for me, I saw only some kind of inscriptions to to do this right. You will see this in later pictures how it is these inscriptions. It is, you see there is some kind of writings, but you cannot translate it because this ancient Tamil, it is like Latin or ancient Greek. You have to study it for a long time that you may read it. So as a ordinary person, you are not able to read this. They have a training. This Nadi readers, they have a special training to get the information from there. And he also, so for him, it was easy to translate it for me into the English. And he not only translated in the oral way, he also written down to me this and say, hey, have a look. And I start with the information about your past. Just I write down about the past. I will tell you about the past. And if this is right, if this is working, then we're going to the future. And remember, he had only a very few information about name, date of birth, and the number of these shells what I have thrown there. Yeah. So, and with this, I can say he got all the information about my past, not only about my past. He had mentioned some things about my grandparents, about my mother, about things he was not able to know. For instance, he known that my grandfather owned a house in the south of a big city. We can say 12 kilometers. That means 10 miles from the center of the city. He described this place where I've been grown up as a part of a village, and it was on a hillside, and there was only a few houses there, and you had a very nice view about this big city there in the north. And this big city was separated by a river in an old town and in a new town. And he told it was very famous for the architecture and for all the history there. But it was in the Second World War destroyed by an air raid, and all these ancient buildings were burned down to the ground. And my grandmother, she recognized this. She has seen this, and that was true because my native place, it is only we can say 20 kilometers from the city center of the city of Dresden, and Dresden was destroyed by an air raid on the 13th until the 15th February of 1945 by the Allied bombers. That means from American and from British bombers, they bombed this city to the ground. Yeah, and it was also what my grandmother experienced. She has seen this, and she was there. Later stages, the burying all the deads, and it was very, a very, very, we can say. Difficult, very heavy experience for her, but she all carried all her life until the end. Yeah, so it was mentioned there, and it was also mentioned that I was grown up in this village and spent my first 10 years of education there, and then we can say develop my education in a further way. That means higher education, but not in the native place, but in the place I was born, because he said I was not born at home. I was born in the hospital, and this hospital was in next bigger city. And in this city, I continued my education. So that means I get, you can say, a higher secondary, like a college, but it was a special one because I've been grown up in the GDR, and you had that possibility to get we can say a practical education for a job, and even you get the higher education to later stages, you join the university. And he said this, I have done this in these two ways, so in the practical way and even more the schooling way. And I have done this in a place or in a company what was working with steel and producing steel in a high quality. And it was really there that I got my further education in steel mill in this city of Freital, so it was called. And in the same city I was born, in the hospital, so that was also right. Then he also described that I had done duty of a military in both of the German army. So that first I joined the National People's Army in the GDR. So that was very right. I was there in 1988. And then later stages, yes, after the reunion of Germany, I spent also some time in the Western Army. That means of the, what is called Bundeswehr. Yeah, I spent also some time there. And then he also known or had described that in the time I visit his place, I was studying at a university in this place, what he has described before, in this city, what was destroyed in 1945 and rebuilt in the later stages. And there was a very renowned, until now, very renowned university, this technical university, and that I was studying there, but not in a technical way, more in the way of law. And that was also true because in the time I visited this place, I was a student of the German law. And that was for me very amazing that he has all described all these things. Because I was not understanding how he got all this information. It was like very familiar for him. So for me, it seems that he is my uncle or that he is another relative. Some people, some guy who knows very special things about me, but we have seen it there for the first time. So that was very, very amazing. And then this continued because he told to me, what you're studying now, you never ever will be work with it. Because what you're studying, it is just a remembrance, it is just a memory of a past life. I said, what? Yeah, in a past life, you've been born in Great Britain. Your father was a lawyer in Scotland, in the lowlands. And he and the family has done a lot that you get a proper education. You've been studied in this time at Oxford, at the College of Oxford, because you should take over the business of your father, but you don't want to do this. And so you had a fight with your father, and then you went off and you go to the south of Africa, and in the time of the Boer War, you've been with this big companies like the Bears or the other people. They look for precious stones and look for gold, and then you have done some kind of property and real estate business there, and settled down also in South Africa. And later stages, you died there and was buried at the cemetery in Durban. But this is the reason he told that in this life, in the present life, you have no real father. And that was also true because I've been born as an, yeah, we can say illegitimate child. So there was no proper relationship between my mother and my father. I have never met him. Later stages after the reading, I just seen him once, yeah. But I grew up without a father, not just only with my mother and my grandparents. But I never missed the father because it was a good family life, what I led, yeah. But for me, it was amazing that he has known this and he explained this also because in the last life I left my family, left my father. So in this life I don't have one. So okay, so that was for me. It's very very logic. We can say okay, this is what the Hindus call karma, yeah. So and then he explained also how it will continue with my life. He said, "You will not working as a lawyer. You will not working in a law way. You will be one who will bring people and cultures together by the way of the word." So this is very interesting, but what do you mean by this? What I will do? He said, "Yeah, you will read a lot. Okay, that's great because I've do this since my childhood. You will write." I said, "Oh, that's also great because in this time in 1992, 1 year before, I had published my first book about some we can say spiritual things, and you will also do some traveling and bring the people from your country, from your culture to other places in the world." So it's very, very interesting. And but you have to remember, I am not from the Federal German Republic. I'm from the GDR. That means I'm from the Eastern German. And I had never ever an idea to own an own company. So that was not the thing what I was get in my younger stages. So I we can say I don't feel prepared for this. But he told me, you will get your own company, you will found your own company, you will be standing always on your own leg, and you will doing a lot of traveling, you will do a lot of reading, you will do a lot of writing, and you will earn your living with this. So this was sounding very, very good, very, very good, yeah. But I had no idea, no, really nothing, how to do this in a proper way. So, but he also told in later stages, you will write a lot of books, and uh, if you do this kind of Nadi reading, they will tell you everything. They will tell you about your development. They will tell you about your family. They will tell you about the things you will do, about your sisters, your brothers, about your parents, about your spouse, about your relationships, and all the things. And here in this Nadi place, they we can say they have more than 10 or 15, 20,000 manuscripts. And each and every manuscript had 100 or 200 pages, like you see this in this picture. This is one of the places what you see, and this is one of a dozen of these kind of places where he kept this kind of information. As you can see, there's written about some hundred thousands or maybe some millions of people, but not each and everybody of us got this kind of information. That is also not everybody in the whole world has Nadi. There's not there. Only the people, they will get a connection there. They will maybe going by themselves there, or maybe they have in the online way, or modern times, they have a connection to these Nadi places. They will get the information. So that is not for each and everybody, but for some people, the information is there. If you look for this, if you want to get this information, you will definitely find it. That is what I can promise you. And for me, it was very interesting to find this. And if you get this information, be prepared. They will not only tell you the nice things, they will tell you the truth. And life is not always easy. No, life is not always on the bright side. Yeah, life, sometimes you have to walk a long way to get your things done. You have to fight. You have to continue. You have to stand on your own leg, and you have to do things right to aim your goals and to settle down at the end. So it will happen. But they tell you if there is any difficulties, and if they tell you the not so nice things, they will also tell you maybe why it will happen and from which this kind of blockage or obstacle will come. It means maybe in the professional way, maybe in the personal way. That means your relationship, or the relationship to your elders or to your brothers and sisters, or maybe to in your own relationship, in your own family, you may get some issues, and then they will explain why you get it and how to solve it. Even if you have some problem in the work, even if you have some problem with money, even if you have some problem in the health, especially there will always information, even in very, very difficult situations. I have met a lot of people, and I have guided a lot of people to these places. They had very serious problems, even in the health, like cancer, like heart problems, and all the things. And all these people get the information, why it was happening, how it will going on, and what they may do to solve these problems. That means you get this information, it will not be automatically solved. You have to do this. You have to use this information. You have to go maybe to some special places. You have to find the right doctor. You have to find the right therapy. That is what they giving you as a suggestion, as an idea. And to do, you have this by yourself. Even if there is some problem, what was mentioned also for me, that was, we can say, my thing in this way regarding to the relationship. Because there, in the first time in 1993, I'd been not there alone in this naughty place. I've been with my girlfriend there. And in later stages, she was my fiance, and also later stages, she was my wife. And since more than 20 years, she's my ex-wife. And the first company in the travel agency, what I found, it was together with her, and I left it to her. And even this company continued until the time of this pandemic situation. Then she gave it up, and but it was a good idea to do this kind of travel. Yeah, I have found a new travel agency in 2000, and until now in 2024, I own this company. So that in the present moment, I'm standing also on my own leg. Yeah, but it was for me this kind of relationship, this kind of yeah, that was a problem. May you ask you yourself, okay, Thomas, you got the information in this naughty place that you will later stages separated from this lady. So why you married her? Why you have done this? Okay, yeah. There's one thing is you have this kind of pink and party glasses in this space. You're very connected and you're very interested like that. You may may understand me like that. And then there's also some information what they told us. So they said you will get together, so we'll get also married, and there will be kind of time quality, we can say. In my case, it was 1989 and sorry, 1998 and 1999 and 2000. These 3 years, that will be kind of a problem. And so maybe there's a separation, but after you will have also the possibility to get together again. And if you separate, there will, in my case, a new relationship for me. It was mentioned in the reading. It will lasting for 13 until 15 years. It was 13 and a half year. Then it was also going off. And then there was also mentioned, then in this time, your ex-wife may coming back or you find a new one. And if you find a new one, it will be in your working way. And it was really like that. I had to find some stuff for my office. And so I went to a supermarket and want to buy something. And there was stuff. There was a lady, and she was very nice. She was very kind. She was very, very helpful to me. And we had a lot of talking. And I found that we yeah, had a very good connection from the beginning on. And then, yeah, later stages we met in a private way. So we go to some coffee and do some things. And so a new relationship was starting. And then my ex-wife came back and said, yeah, you have seen in the naughty, it was mentioned 14 years, and yeah, we have to come to back again. I said, lady, since 14 years, you doesn't recognize me, and I found a new a new connection. So what should it be? No, that's not up to me. So that was my decision, and this is also very interesting what this naughty is also telling, because all the things what I have told you, may you think, oh, everything is written there. So there is a kind of, we can say, written destiny. There is no our free will. Everything is mentioned in the future and everything will happen like it is. No, 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 no. The Hindus, they have not this kind of black and white view like we have. They say there is no only a free will and there's not only everything is destiny. No, no. They say it is both things there. And there's a teaching of this is called karma and reincarnation. Karma, I know in the Western way it is a little bit more negative like that. Yeah, they say yeah, negative karma like this. But karma is only the idea of how you do the things in your your life in your way. That means karma. That means with my thoughts, with my emotions, with my words, with my deeds, I set up some things, and they will have some uh, future. There will be some more thing happen regarding from this what I'm doing now. There will be a development in the future, and did what comes out from my deeds or from my words or from my ideas. that I will experience, because we're living in this world where if you do something, you will have some, we can say, experience from this, what you're doing. And this will happen if I like it, or if I like it not. It will happen, yeah? That is, it all is like that. So this is what the Hindus call karma. And if I get this experience, I react to this experience. So that means I do some new things and I create again some karma. To, we can say, solve some karma or create good karma means that you should lead an honest and good life. So you should be a honest person, and you should be a humble person, and you should be not taking advantage of things what you maybe not should get in this life. Maybe should not look for other things what not belongs to you, we can say. So should be a humble, should be a honest person, should be nice, should be kind, should be polite. Then you will clear your karma, then you will have good karma. I know it's easy to talk about and it's very hard to live it. But you can do it also. You can do this, what we can say, the society in our Western world is accepting. That means you only look for the money, you look only for yourself, you look only for getting very rich and getting a lot of influences and getting a lot of girlfriends or a lot of boyfriends if you're a lady like that. Yeah, you can do this, no issue. But then you create a lot of karma, but will you connect to this material world? And in the view of the Hindus or also the Buddhists, you have to live a lot of more lives to clear this up. So if you want to do this, okay. But if you want to more lead a spiritual life, and if you want to get more rid of the problems of this world, then it's maybe not the right way to do this. So, and this is what is called karma. So, and this is the way back to my personal experience. So I had in this time, it was in 2014, the possibility to stay with my new lady or to go back to my ex-wife. So this is what was there. The karma was there, but it was my decision in the end. And I took my decision and I said, no, with the ex one, I don't want to continue. So I want to stay with the new one. And even I had no idea to get married again because I was once married and was not so nice experience. Um, I get married again in 2017. And by the way, we had our honeymoon in California. We went to San Francisco, we went to LA, we went to Vegas, and it was a nice experience. And definitely we want to come back again. But there are some other places also, United States, like Maine or like North and South Carolina, Florida, and some other places we want to also visit, Tennessee or like that. That's we will do also. So, but this just to give you an idea. So we have also connection to your country, and it was
Oh,
very mentioned in the reading. If I do like this, then she will not only with me in the private way, we will also working together. This is also because we doing our travel agency, we doing also our work, even the speeches, all the things, we doing it together since 2014, since we met, and it's very nice. It's very nice experience. This thing we can say also happened, like it was mentioned regarding to my work. Yeah, that I will never be working as a lawyer or some law person. So I will getting the own experiences, that, like it was mentioned. But they will tell you in the Nadi reading always, not only the, we can say, good things, they will always telling you the truth. So if you want to know, they will also tell you how long will your parents live, how long will your grandparents live, your brothers, your sisters, what will happen in their lives. I got also this information, but maybe somebody may think about now and say, oh, these things I don't want to know. Yeah, because how long will my mom live or my dad? It's maybe too heavy to know this. Okay, if you don't want to know this, then just leave it. But they will not tell you if you don't like it. But in my opinion, it was the idea. If I know how long they stay with me, I may use this time in a good way. So I asked my granddad a lot of questions, but I have never done if I have not getting this information. And so with my granddad, also with my mother, I had until the end a very, very good connection. And as the time was came that they left, there was nothing what I regret. I had even the possibility to say them goodbye. So, and I think this way is much more better than if this thing happen, and definitely it will be happen. You will anytime, may you lose your grandfather, you lose your grandmother, you will lose your parents. And then may you standing there and say, oh, I want to tell you so much things. There's so much what I want to know from your side, but now it's over. So, and that then the people back at it. If you get this information, if you know this, when it will happen and how it will happen, we have the chance to use the time what is given in a good way. So that's why I'm not afraid to know how long is the lifespan of my siblings, and even not my own lifespan, because there's one chapter they tell you if you like it, they tell you how long you will live. Okay, a lot of people say, this is much too much. I don't want to know it. For myself, I'm very curious. Really, I'm very curious, and I want to know this. I told them, and they said, okay, you will get the 82 years, 3 months, and 17 days, and you will be able until the end. There will be no health issue. You will be in the middle of your life, and you will be working until the end, and you will be on an international flight. It will be a night flight, and in on board of the aircraft, you will fall asleep, and in the morning you will not wake up. And I told myself, okay, this is not the baddest way to go, because the problem will got the cabin crew in the morning, not myself. It's not interesting me. Yeah. So this was, and for me, was the most important information that it will be not, we can say, any we can say suffering, or any bad time, or any hospitalization or like that. No, until the end, I will have my own life. I will have my own projects. I will have my own ideas. So maybe what will be better, yeah. For myself, it is a good idea. So I'm not afraid. Even now I'm in the middle of my 50s, so that means around 30, rough 30 years or to go. So why not? Why not? This is it's very good. But the viewers may say, okay, this guy from Germany a little bit crazy, telling a lot of stories there, but is this the truth, or is he is he telling only some fairy tales or like that? Guys and girls, ladies and lads, it was the same thing what I taught in this situation in the August of 1993 in this naughty place in Chennai. Because I thought for myself, I had all these recordings in written way, even in the audio way, but that was not, we can say, not a really prove that it happened, because I had tell them to write these things down like that. I had tell them to recording like that. So, and I for myself, I told me, if I come back to my family, my granddad, my mom, they will say, okay, Thomas went 8 weeks to India, to Southeast Asia. Sometime it happened like this, but he will recover very soon. He will be okay. He will be fine again. Yeah, but if I told these things to my uh, people in the university, to my fellow students, or maybe to our professor, I think they want to call the emergency and say, "Come there, put this guy to a therapy, because that something is wrong with him." Yeah, so there was only one thing what I needed, was a proof, and the only proof was my personal palmlet. So I asked the reader maybe to get it. And he was completely surprised. Maybe nobody before had asked such kind of question. Then he took this palmlet and read it again, maybe 10 minutes. And then he said, okay, I will give it to you. But if you get back to home, if you get back to Germany, don't tell anybody that they will get the palmlets in my place. It is only one time I will do this. It is only for you, and it's only because it is written on your palmlet. That's why I will doing this. No, for other people. Okay, but he has given it to me, and I had the possibility to doing some kind of scientific research in our Western way. That means the first time I want to know how old will be this palmlet, when it was written, these things there on this palmlet. And because it is in organic material, it is just a leaf, so you can doing some kind of uh, um, we can say of kind of scientific research. It is a C14 method. Then you will find out how old such kind of material is, and there are some other methods to, we can say, do more precise work. So, and I've done this in near of my native place. There was an institute. They have done it. It is still existing today. And if you look on this page on this palmlet right now, you will see on the left side, there it is completely. On the right side, there's a part missing, a small part is missing. This was a small part what they took away for this kind of scientific research. And this research, in the end, we got the information that this palmlet, in the time I was getting it, it was around 400 years old. That means 400 years ago, some person prepared this palm leaf and have written something on it. And it was the more interesting part. What was written on it was just some kind of information about yoga, or some kind of, we can say, spiritual meanings, or was there some more thing to find out? And two universities, it was the University of Prague, called the Charles University of Prague, and University of Göttingen. There are some scholars, they helped me out with this information translating. It is a little bit difficult to find the right person here in Europe to do it, but they have done it. It took nearly 2 years, from September 1993 to November 1995, for them to translate this in the right way. But then I got in German the information what I got in English in the August of 1993. So that means it is really my personal information. There is written all about my life, including my name, because these ancient writings, this ancient Tamil, that is some kind of language what you may use also to write words what is not included in this language itself. That means like Western names, they also able to write this in their language. That's why they're asking always your name in these Nadi places. So it was very amazing for me to get this kind of scientific proof that this is really an information, but is minimum 400 years old, because 400 years before, 400 years ago, somebody has has written these things, maybe from an older source, and it again from an older source, again and again, back to these first writings from the rishis 7,000 years ago. And that was very, very amazing. And this is time that was for me an idea, it was for me uh, such a phenomena that I have never ever experienced that it will happen. So I started to doing some research about the rishis, and it was interesting that these beings, these spiritual beings, there's written this kind of recordings 7,000 years ago. In Hinduism, they always saying that they're not dead. So they are still somewhere, not in our world, but they say they are in the pure or holy realms or holy countries, holy lands. Maybe somebody of our viewers, they have an idea what is mentioned about Agartha or Shambala, that mythical kingdoms in the Himalayas. And here we have the one of the rishis. He is called Brigu, and he, we can say, is the leader of the seven of the Sapta rishis. And here we have the picture of Rishi Brigu. In the background, we have this golden city. It is really, really small there, but this golden city, that is meant as Shambhala. That is this pure country, that is Shambhala, on the foot of the Mount of Karakal. Karakal should be a mythical mountain in the Himalayas. No mountain in the Himalayas is mentioned as Karakal. So this is kind of a synonym. But this place and this mountain really exists. There is some proof that in the 20th century, some person went there and met the people of Shambhala, even the rishis. There was one Russian scientist and painter, name is Nicholas Roerich. I think there's a museum also of his work in New York. So if the people want to know about him, maybe go to New York and they go to the museum and they get the information there. He was there and he brought from Shambhala a stone. It is called a magnetic stone from the place of Rigden-Yepu. Rigden-Yepu is the name of the king of Shambhala, of the, we can say, ruler of the world. And he brought also a flag, a banner with him. And this stone, it was there as they invented in the 20s an organization. It was called the Völkerbund. That was, we can say, a pre-organization of the United Nations. It was in the 20s, it was a try that after the World War One, no such thing will happen again, so that people will sit together and solve the problems in a peaceful way. It was not really working good out. But at the foundation of this organization, there was a big meeting, and on this meeting, they showed the banners of all the countries they will join this organization, and even they showed the banner of Shambhala, and also this stone was placed in the middle of the audience, so it should be working in a good way for them. After that, Roerich brought back this stone to Shambhala, but the banner he kept, and it was, I think, in the 60s. It was there was some kind of research by scientists regarding to the, we can say, age of this banner, because a lot of people said it's only a story, and he's like kind of, you can say, esoteric guru or like that things, yeah. And so doing that in the right way. They're just telling some stories. And so they have done some research regarding even to this banner, and they found out it was made from silk, and the silk were more than 3,000 years old. So you can see this banner, I think, still in New York. It is still there. So very interesting to see this. So he was definitely there in Shambhala. And even a German scientist, Dr. Ernst Schäfer, in the 30s, he came with his expedition even to the Himalayas, even to Tibet. And he had also take some pictures, really, with the camera, and with even the kind of movie, a kind of documentary he made from this. This kind of material in the present moment is a private property. He kept it for himself after the World War II, and later his wife after his dad, and now a good friend of mine. He's a professor in Berlin. He also kept these things, and he tried to publish it, but in the present moment he wants to do this, that it will come completely. He doesn't want to have any changing or any shortage or like that. He wants to publish this like Schäfer had this done in the 30s. Now, in the present situation, with all the things going on, and not only in the United States, even in Germany and Europe, it's a little bit difficult to publish this kind of material. Maybe it will happen in the upcoming years. Just we hope the best. Yeah, that will be. But these people, they've been there, and so we can say we have a proof. There's some kind of these places like Shambhala or Agartha there. So, and the rishis also there, and so that maybe they're living a life much more than the lifespan of an ordinary human being. It's very interesting to see it. And I visited also some other Nadi places. So we see this here, some other kind of Nadi place where I get the information also. Myself in India, I have seen 7 of the Nadi places, totally in Southeast Asia, 13. And each and every place I got the same information. So there is some different views if you do this, if you get to some different places. Maybe you go some place of the Rishi Rigu, you go a place of the Rishi Vashishta, or here we can say a place of the Rishi Agasthya. Agasthya is, we can say, the writer, or is known as the writer along the rishis. So he invented this ancient language, this ancient Tamil, just to give the knowledge in the writing way to the people. So this is very interesting to see. If you visit some different Nadi places, you will get different views from the different readers. So each and every reader has his own topic. That means some of them, they're more concerned about your daily life. That means how will be the development in your working way, in your professional way, how it will be the development in your private life, that will get you the right person as a partner, and how it will be regarding to the children and your health and your money, or like that. Other readers, they see this more in a spiritual way. So they telling you more about your spiritual life, about your real work, real sense in this life, about the things what you may do in a spiritual way to develop your right self, what things you come from the past life and what you have maybe clear in this incarnation, or what, yeah, some things you will get as a boon to develop in this education, maybe how many education, many incarnation you will have in the future. So will be there only 1 or 2 or 3, or maybe will this your last life? So this is up to the reader where he set his topic, but the information will always the same. So they will you tell there will be no different meanings what you tell. If there's like in my way, if there's the possibility you get 3 different partnerships in your life, then you will be the information, the same information you get in all the places. So that means you cannot escape this kind of a destiny. Now you cannot change it if you go to different naughty places. They will always tell you what is your task, what is your development in this life, what you have to do, and why you have to do this. And so for me, it was very interesting to see these different opinions, to see different views on my life. It is like a mosaic, it is like a puzzle, what you will bring together. And then you see the whole picture and say, okay, yeah, that's my way, that's my life, that is what I have to do it. Yeah. And with this guy, we've seen here the picture, he has done for me the second reading in 1994. He's also in Chennai, and I worked with him until his death in 2019. And he was a very brilliant, really brilliant navigator. And he at a totally age of 86, and until his last breath, he has done this kind of work, because he, for himself, he devoted his life to the Rishi Agasthya, who we see in the back, this picture there. Yeah. And he got 11 children, 6 sons and 5 girls. And one of the sons, he is now the reader. He is now in charge in this place. And what they're doing in this kind of a Nadi place, it is called Jiva Nadi. And Jiva Nadi is a very special kind of reading this ancient poemlets. You see this in this picture. This guy is called Babu Sundaram. He's reading from these ancient manuscripts. But in Jiva Nadi, it is mentioned that he's not doing this reading by himself. In the time he's reading these ancient manuscripts, he's not speaking by himself to the people. Instead of him, the Rishi Agasthya, you can say the patron saint of this place, is speaking to the people. If you see our videos, what we have on our channel, then you will experience this. If we do this reading of this ancient Tamil, he do this in a different way, then he will translate this ancient Tamil into the modern, into the present Tamil. Then, if he translate it in the present Tamil, he is himself again. But if we read this ancient language, if we read this ancient manuscripts, then the Rishi speaks through him to the audience. And it is very amazing to experience this. And from this way, we got also not only information about the individual life, about the private life, we got also information about the future of the mankind. Like I was told you before, as a travel agent, together with my wife, before this kind of pandemic situation, we've been always on the trip 40 or 43 weeks of the 52 weeks of a year. So we had a lot of, we've been very busy. We had a lot of things to do. And this is the last picture what was taken in beginning of March 2020 on our last trip to India before the pandemic situation. And many people now ask, you say, was there any warning? Told they you about this? I may say, yeah, they have done it. They have done it, but in a very special way. They talked not about the virus. They talked about the situation. They talked about the development. They talked about restriction. They talked about the things what we not able to do. So our reader, and we have seen from the right one, this is Babu Sundaram. This is the reader of this Nadi place. Beside him, the second one from right, sitting down below the picture of Sri Agastya, that is our local guide, Swami Srinivasan. He's a healer, and he's also a very spiritual person. He's doing Vedic astrology and is very, very brilliant in this. Then you see myself, and on the left side of me, there is Manoj Sundaram. That is the brother of the reader, and he's doing the present moment on the online readings, also the translation. A very, very good man even. And they, brothers, they told us that, yeah, maybe we will have contact in 2020 and later stages also, but not directly. So that we will work together like each day we will do, but we will not meet personally. So it was for me very, yeah, very concerning and very worrying, like what they meaning, yeah. And even our guide, he told, the next 2, 3, 4 years, we will stay in touch, we will stay in touch, but you will not come with groups to India. I said, I'm travel agent, and India is our main destination beside of Indonesia. But if I not come to India, is there any problem with my business? And the author, no, 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 there's no problem. You will have it now. You will have your earning. You will have your living. No problem. As there something will happen. But what is this? And there will no big possibility to travel in the next year. Say, hey, I'm a travel agent, and if I'm not able to travel, then I have a problem. No, 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 you don't have a problem. Everything will be fine. You will earn your living in a sitting way. In 2020, I had no clue, really no clue what that means. Then we came back from this trip, and yeah, there the things changed rapidly because we just came, and we got this information, but just here, stay here in this picture. We just got this information, and we had idea maybe something will be happen, but we had no idea what will be happen. It was only meant that we will stay for 14 days in Europe because I had some speeches, I had some seminars to do, and then there would be the next trip to India and then to Bali. The March and April and May we would have spent in Southeast Asia. But we came back, and then they closed the borders. And they told us, yeah, you're a travel agent, you're not allowed to work. So it was a very, very big problem. So that means it was our existence what was on the edge from one day to the next. And then that happened what our readers told us. The Rishi Agasthya told our reader, yeah, maybe you do it on the online way. You do these readings online. And to be honest, I've been always the guy who want to experience the real thing. that means the online way is not really my way. If I want to see something, I will go there. I will do a trip. I will see it and experience it from the source, not from the online way. Because there's a lot of things like YouTube and Twitch and all the the social networks and all the. So, but yeah, there's also some kind of, we can say, fake news. Yeah, some deep fake pictures are like this. So I've been the one who want to see it in the real way. And then they told us, no, do it on the online way. Okay. I think that will never happen. It will be not working about in the right way. But there was no other other we can say another solution, because we had to earn also some money to survive, yeah, because we had to repay all these advantages or the interest what the people have given us to for other trips, and it was not happen. So. Okay, we started with clients. They had already their readings and they had a lot of questions because this situation was very difficult for everybody. And in this way, it worked out. And then we said, okay, so we will start also doing some online readings. And until now, we're doing this. We started again doing trips in 2022, more to Denmark and Great Britain, where they left all these restrictions. Then again to France and to other places. This year we will go also to India, to Indonesia, to Malaysia. So it will be restart again, yeah. But it takes some time, and in between here we have done this kind of online work, and it was working really properly and with no ego. But I can say we had a lot of people in this situation in the last 3, 4 years. I'm doing this right now, and okay, it's not up to me. Not I had this idea, not our client or our colleague staff from India. It was from the Rishi's side. Rishi Agasthya said, "Hey, may you do this?" Yeah? So we have done it, and we do it right now, and I think it's the right way to handle the situation. And this is the interesting thing, there's no only information about the personal life of the people. The Rishis also had written some informations about the development of the mankind itself. I found one manuscript, what you see in this picture, in 2000. This was a private collection, and the owner died, and the family, they sold out all these manuscripts. And I was very curious about this, and I bought some, maybe some Ayurveda manuscripts and some regarding to the Vedic astrology, some regarding to the Vimana Veda. That means these descriptions of these ancient flying machines, what they used in India, what was belongs to the god. And maybe some of our viewers, they have heard about some Eric von Däniken and the memories of the future and all these things. And so like these ancient gods, they may be astronauts, and this technology from the past. There are a lot of manuscripts, even in India, they describe all these things. And I bought some of them from this private collection. And there was one manuscript, what we have seen here in the future, but was also kind of predictions for the future of the Western world. So that means not only Europe, even the United States, and we can say the America continental there. And since this time, there's a professor. I work with him. He's from the University of Tanjore, and he doing this. You will see this in a very old school way, this kind of translation. And I publish this once a year, like a prediction for the upcoming year on my website. Unfortunately, for your people, I've done this until now only in German, but maybe we find also a way to that I retranslated, or I use this translation, but because from him I get it in English, and so maybe I will this also put in the computer and then load it up. So that will be a solution. This is what I'm doing since 2000, and in 2022, our the Rishi Agasthya, they told us in a reading to our readers in India, there are a lot of question of the people in these individual readings, in these personal readings. Um, regarding to the development of the world. So how it will be going on regarding to this pandemic, regarding to the vaccination, regarding to this digital money, regarding all the surveillance, all the things, what was happened and what is happening in the present moment. So there are a lot of tension, a lot of unrest, a lot of question. And then you said, okay, maybe I have some information. And once a month, or maybe every 2 months, if there's some news, I will give it to you. And you just place it in the internet and give it to the people. So I had no idea, like it before, I had no idea how to use Skype or Zoom. That was until 2020. It was really not my way. And until 22, it was not my way to use YouTube. But like the Rishi told, I created an own YouTube channel for just this information. Now we have 21 videos made until now. The last one roughly one and a half week back. And yesterday we had 30,000 followers. It was a thing, but I never ever had an idea that it will going this way. That it development in only 2 years going this way. So it is really a lot of, we can say, demand. There's a lot of interest there, and we're doing our best to develop this, and we will giving this information. And I understand that the people are worried, and we have here in the Western world also this kind of scenario, this kind of predictions that there maybe will a big problem. There will be maybe kind of Armageddon. There will be kind of a destroying of the world. There will be a final world war, what kill the most of the people and destroy the most of the world. So I understand that the people are worried. But if you look out of our Western culture, there's no such idea of an atomic or nuclear war. There's no idea of World War III. They say, and they are right, in the past, that means in the 60s until the 80s, there was a possibility of this kind of disaster because there are these big groups like the Western world and the Eastern world, these blocks, the NATO and the Eastern Bloc. So they had the ability to kill all the people of this world. In the present moment, the world is shifting. And this kind of war will not happen. The predictions of the Nadis, they say there will be a lot of local or regional wars, like it is happening in Eastern Europe, between Ukraine and Russia, between maybe what will come, Moldavia, Transnistria, what did happen in the Middle East between Israel and the Palestinians, and maybe also now Lebanon, what will happen in the area of the Arab people like Red Sea, Yemen, like that, there will be such kind of problems. Even in Europe, there will be such kind of problems. Maybe in the Balkan, what was former Yugoslavia, it is not over yet. There will also such problems there. There will some kind of fighting. There will problem. There will be maybe also some kind of civil war, but it will stay in this country. It will stay in this region. It will not going to develop. There will be maybe also a problem between China and Taiwan, between China and India, between India and Pakistan, like that. It will be there in the upcoming years. So that is what the Nadis are telling us. So they're not only telling the nice things, what I told before, they tell what will happen. So it will be there. It will be not always peaceful, this changing what we experience. It will be some problem definitely here, but it will stay in the region. It will be not a world war. It will be not a totally destruction. It will be not that kind of Armageddon, that kind of end of the world, like some people telling. That will be definitely not there. But there will be some issues in different countries and different regions what we have to experience. I told that they not talked about this pandemic itself. Yeah, it was all over the world. Told that there will a kind of new virus and that will be very deadly and all these things. Yeah? And the media, they showed kind of these pictures, and there was a lot of fear of the people, and there was a lot of things what we regarding to the vaccination, what we be there, and they call it more dangerous than the Spanish flu from the 1918s and 1920s like that. But the reading always told not about the virus. They told about the restrictions. They told about the things what the government's done. They told about how the people will be kept in their own homes, like the people, the children not going to school, like we can say companies or the factories were not going to work. So it was more related to these, we can say, restrictions. It was not so related to the disease itself. But also was in the 2020, we got the information from our readers. They said it was personal information. We should not tell in this time to the public because nobody would believe it. They said it is a kind of test. They try something. They try using this kind of disease to try to see what they may do to the people to control them. If we told this in 2020, so nobody would believe this. Now in the situation, maybe we can tell it, because now we see what was happened in the last years. It was also mentioned in these readings that the economy will going down, especially in Europe, especially in Germany. It was told, and that was not only by, we can say, by chance or by coincidence. No, it was made like that because there's beyond the scene a kind of, we can say, secret economical war between the Western nations. Who will dominate? The Europeans, that means the EU, or maybe the United States. So in this kind of problem, even there's a problem with Russia, even there's a problem with China. All this is also an economical warfare that is going on. And it was told that especially Europe, especially Germany, will suffer in this way until 2025. And it happened like that. It happened. And the market's going down. We had increasing of the prices. We had inflation. We had a lot of crisis there, and all these things they were foretold. And for the most of the people, it came as a surprise. And even the government told here, especially in Europe, they told other things. So they blame Russia, they blame the Chinese, they blame even sometimes they blame the United States for all these things. But it was made by the own people. So that's by the own government, we can say. And this is the very difficult and some dangerous situation in, we can say, the economical way, in the social way, because it was also told that people will not agree, they will not follow, they will not obey. There will be a kind of unrest, there will be a kind of problem, what we experience now. And it will be not only in Europe, it will be all over the Western world. And we experience this here in Europe, in the Netherlands, the Dutch, the France, Spain, even in Germany, our farmers, they now going on the streets and they have some demands for the government. And even, yes, the government sent in the police, they sent in the force, like they have done it in the pandemic situation. And I know only from the media, even in the United States, you got also a lot of problems regarding to the south border problem, regarding to these illegal immigrants there. And it was mentioned also in the reading, not only for your country, even for our countries, that from the Middle East, from Africa, from Asia, a lot of people will come and they will bring their own problems, they will bring their own conflicts. Even in your country, it is the same thing. And then the conflicts will be in the middle of our society, in the middle of your society also. And the problem will be there. And we experience this day by day. The interesting thing, what this kind of forecast, what this kind of predictions say, that it will only be until 2026. Then there will be a change, not only in Europe, even in the United States. There will be we can say, remigration. There will be a change. So the people will go back to their own country. And Nadi said a very simple truth. They say because the life and the living costs in the places where they went, where they immigrated, they will going up, and there will not so much support for them. So they have to own, we can say, they earn their own living, and it will be much more difficult for them to do this in these new places than it will be back home. So they will went back home. So that will be starting in 2026 and until 2032, it will be in a good way. Even this kind of war situation, what we've seen here, it is the problem what we have here in Europe. It is much influenced by the British. They have, we can say, 2022, that was interesting, we can say, forecast or interesting prediction from the Nadi place. They said in March and April 2022, there was a very big chance, there was a very good time to make peace in the Eastern Europe, make peace in Ukraine. But nobody believed it, yeah, because the war went on. Now we're getting the proof that there was really peace talks, and both sides were ready to sign the treaty for peace. But then the British came in and we can say told the Ukrainians, no, you don't sign, you just fight on. We will support you, just fight on. Yeah, so that's why we have this issue until now. That will be also finished within the next 2 years. So there will be also a peace treaty, because we can say the war will die by starvation. There will be not enough sufficient, we can say, resources to keep on to doing this. So that will be, in the end, it will be a peace treaty will be there until 2026 maximum. Maybe this year, maybe next year, it will happen. That was the very interesting thing is that even this kind of problems what we have in other parts of the world will be changed, will be definitely changed from 2006 onwards. The Nadi readings telling that the present problem and the present fear of most of the people are related to the insecurity, to the this uncertain situation what we're having now, because the old world day is coming to an end. So that what was before 2020, what was there until 2019, it will not come again. There will be major changes, but everybody experiences these changes, but the most people, they have no idea what will be this kind of new world. And most people, they are fear these changes because there are so much things to worry about, like this kind of digital control. That means if you get a digital idea, if you get a digital money, if you get a digital like smart city or like that, like smart home, you will be always controlled. This is like Big Brother is watching you. And that is what a lot of people feel. Right, it's right to feel this, because there's no freedom, there's only control. But this will not happen. That will not happen. These ideas will not coming true. They have these ideas, these so-called elites, these so-called people, they will rule the world. No, that will need, they had the chance, especially in the last 4 years, but they missed. So it will not happen like that. Interesting thing is what they will do, because they invested a lot of time, a lot of manpower, a lot of money to get their aims, their goals realized. They will try. They will try. Even this new pandemic treaty, what the World Health Organization is trying to implement until 2027, they will try it again and again and again. It will not happen. Even other like controlling instruments they want to implement, it will not happen. This 15-minute city, definitely not. There may be some places, for myself, I experienced this in Great Britain. Like, I mean, like cities or townships like Cambridge or Oxford, they are really small. They are not really a big city. In this place, you maybe realize this. And if the people like this or the people tolerate this, yeah, why not? If they want to do it. But it will be not working all over the world. It will be not even working in a country. Maybe some places, they may be like that, but not all over the world. And you will have always a choice to go to this kind of small city or choose your own way to live. So that will be there. And this is the interesting thing what they say, that the people have in the upcoming years, that we can say especially from 2026 onwards until 2032, there will be this kind of changes, and there will be also a separation. So all they have this kind of technocratical ideas, this transhumanism things. So they will find their way, but they will not stay on planet Earth. They will find new playgrounds, we can say, for their games. That will be that they will say goodbye to the rest of the mankind. So because they think that they are the good ones. They think that they are the enlightened ones, and the rest of the people that they don't want to agree. Just if you look back to the last years, to this pandemic situation, what was the reason that this mandatory vaccination, what they tried to implement at any cost, it was not come. It was not happened. And what was the reason for it? It was not the government. No, no, no. It was not we can say, the law way. No, 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 not the courts and not the lawyers and so. No, it was not the media. It was only this kind of people. They said, you can do this, but not with us. Here in Germany, I can say there are 20 million. And they call these people, this 20 million, they call it they are only a few. And they are only radicals. And they are only, they are like, they are retarded, yeah, like that's to handle, they handle like them like that. But these 20 millions, they stood first. They stood there and they said, not with us. And it was not only here. It was all over Europe. That was all over the world. That was in your country the same. A lot of people said, not with us. We want to stay with our freedom. We want to stay on our own ground and we want to live our own life. And nobody has the right to tell us what we have to do, and we will not obey. And that was the reason that it was not happened. And that is kind of time window what was there for these so-called elites to implement their rules. So this time window closed already. So it will not happen again. They try, really, they try, yeah? But there's no chance that they will be successful in this way. Even if the people think about World War III, don't worry. If they had made some issues in a bigger way, they had made it in February this year. In the time when Navalny, this Russian guy, died, there was a time window where they maybe had the time to start a kind of military intervention in Ukraine, a military operation like that. It will not happen. It will not happen. So the time will change and there will be a reset, maybe a great reset. But this reset will be in a completely other way than these elites think. So, and then that will be the reason that they say, okay, we just will go off. We will use our own way. We'll use the knowledge and all the technology and the money what we get, and we'll start, we can say, on a new base. So we will use the moon or we'll use the Mars, and there will we build our own world. And okay, they may do. And all the other people, they want to live in peace and they want to live in harmony with Mother Earth. They will get this planet. And that will happen from 2032 onwards. There will be a major changes until there. And so this linear thinking, that means there's escalation in Ukraine and there will be a World War III. No, that will not happen. There will some other things will be there. What will be prevent this escalation. And so in the end, from 2026 onwards, there will be also for the most people the idea how will be this new world develop. And in the places, the naughty places, the readers, they always say, then there will be kind of, we can say, competition between the cultures and the nations who will be developed the best way for this new world, to live in peace together. But we're living already in a very, very interesting and very, we can say, very special time. This time from now onwards, from this year until 2032, this is a part what we can compare to a situation in the Middle Ages, especially the end of the 13th and the beginning of the 14th century. That means the end of the time of the Crusades. There was a major changes. There be a big change in the society, big change in being. In these times, there in the past, in the Middle Ages, the dark forces won because at the end of the Crusades, there started time what we now call the Dark Middle Ages. Now we have a same time quality, but we have more experience. We have a definitely a completely other technology and much, much more knowledge and more connections all over the world. So this time there's a very good chance to do the things right again, so that the dark side will not win. There will be a change for the betterment. But we have to do this by ourselves. There will be, I know a lot of people will not agree, but let me be honest, there will be no QAnon, there will be no white hats, there will be no knights in, we can say, shining armor. They will protect us. There will no Putin who will save us. No, no. We have to do this by ourselves. Because all these gurus, all these leaders, and all these elites, 2000 years, the last 2000 years, they had their chance. They had the possibility to do the things in the right way. They haven't done. Otherwise, the world would not be in the state it is now. So if there's a change, it will be happened only to us. So we are the ones we waited for. And we have to do this by ourselves. There will be no God, no leader, well, nobody who will do this for us. So we have to do it by ourselves. The information we may get from the naughty places, we may get by the astrology, we may get it from a channeling way, whatever. What is ever the prediction of the future? We will get the information. But to handle this and to work this in the right way, that is up to us. And in this way, if we do it right, we have the possibility to change the way of the whole society, of the whole world, in the upcoming 250 until 300 years. Betterment. And this is the special time quality of our time. And that's why we are here. And there's a old, very old Chinese saying what mentioned, may you live in interesting times. And that is what we're doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thomas. That was definitely very enlightening. And absolutely, I think, it is what we are making about it. And so we do, I mean, it was very clear from your exposition that you just did that all the time windows where things could have gone really bad, they have already closed.
Yes,
So
yes.
it is, we can make the best of it now.
Definitely, yeah. And
And
even I think that even the native Indians in the United States and in Canada, they tell the same. The Hopi and the Navajo and all the other native, they say there is a new, they call it, I think, a new sun. That means also a new edge and a new age or like that, what will be developed. And interesting is that even the Hindus and even these native people in the Northern America, they say this is a time where this old knowledge, this ancient wisdom will come again in use. That means the people, they will remember this thing, and they will remember there are some other ways to live and to create a harmony with the nature and create harmony between the people. So it's just a question of development. It is a question of time. It will be not happen from today to tomorrow, but we are on, this is my opinion, beyond the right way. And even the thing what we're doing now, you've been in the United States, I've been here in Germany, in the middle of Europe, and we're having the possibility to reach so many people with the things what we're doing. And this is really, really special. And that is also a thing what this kind of self-called elites not calculated. Yeah, because the time, this time at the 20th century, that was a time where we have, we can say, these mass movements like this what was happened in the Third Reich, or what happened in the Soviet Union with Stalin and all these things. These mass movements. Yeah, it's not like that now, not like anymore like this, because the people, they got in so much information and they got in so much possibilities to develop their own lives. So there will be much more individual solutions for this, and you will not create a kind of, we can say, a kind of army of robots, of biological robots. They're doing what you want because you just control them. What these people from Davos, I call them the Davos boys, yeah, what they want to do. No, it will not happen. And interesting, may you get this information also. They had the annual meeting some weeks ago in Davos again. And this meeting had a special motto in 2024, and they called it Rebuilding Trust. And if you get this information from their website, they always very worried why the people don't trust us. Because we are the goods, we are the enlightened leaders, why they... Yeah, what they doing? No, I don't trust them, and a lot of people, they don't trust them also, like this.
Right. Right. Yeah. No, I didn't see that, but
Mm,
yeah, no wonder. I agree.
mm.
Yeah. Well, Thomas, I have kept you a long time. I think this is absolutely fabulous. I am thrilled to, yeah, I'm sure you will get some new viewers on your channel. So your YouTube channel is Thomas Ritter, is that?
I will send you the description. You just put it in the description of your channel there. I will
Right.
send it to you. Yeah. And for our viewers, sorry for my bad English. I try my best, but I have also this kind of Indian English. I know it is not like the Oxford one or the American English, but I tried my best. Sorry if you just understand things not very right. Please let me know, and we will clarify this. But like I said, I tried my best. Sorry.
I think your English is very, very good. And if anybody has also trouble, I mean, I'm happy to help them out also. But also send me all your information so I
Ah,
can put it in
definitely.
there
Yeah.
so that people, if they wish to contact you
Yeah.
also for travels or anything else.
Yeah, definitely, because we're doing also some kind of work in the social networks. That means not only Facebook and Instagram. I have also on X, what was Twitter, and the Telegram. I have some channels. I will let you know, and the people, they can look at the channels. And for all viewers here from the American or from the English speaking world, don't be afraid. On Telegram, I also share a lot of things from Russia, but like it was mentioned, remember, it was told me in the naughty places, I will bring together people and cultures, people and countries by the way of the world. So I will share also things from America. I will share also things from Russia. So don't be afraid, and
Oh, and you just froze.
you can go, just get the information, and if you have the possibility, go there, go travel, go there, go look for yourself. And if they're telling you some things about, we can say, Cambodia or Vietnam or whatever, and you not so sure, go there, look for yourself, and you will be very surprised. Believe me.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Thomas. And I think we shall conclude this at this time, and perhaps we'll see you another time.
Oh,
Thank
that will be very, very nice. That will be thank you, Bettina, for this invitation and giving me the chance to share all the knowledge. And if there is any other opinion, what you want to give me, thank you much in advance. That there are a lot of things I want to speak about it. Maybe not only India, maybe Bali and Myanmar, and maybe Knights Templar or the
for
treasure of
the crystal
the
skull.
crystal skulls. Or yeah, there's a lot
That
of
you
things.
shared
Yeah,
once. I heard that. That was also
yeah,
really
that
fascinating.
was amazing. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much.